Vivienne Mortui was born in 1863. She is Patrick and Isabella Mortui's only child. After the death of her mother, Vivienne was left in the hands of her grandfather Gustav. Her mother's death was very hard on her. She would spend many sleepless nights mourning her loss. Gustav would comfort her until she calmed down. He tucked her in every night. Gustav felt bad for her. She dealt with so much death so early in life. It wasn't fair. With nothing left but him, Vivienne feared she would lose her grandfather too. She asked him if he was going to die like everyone else. Gustav promised that he would never leave her. From that day on, they had become inseparable. They did everything together. They were exactly what the other needed. With all the time they were spending together, it was easier to heal from all they've lost. Gustav was very protective of her. She reminded him of Isabella more and more each day. It was like watching his daughter grow all over again. Before he knew it, she was a young woman. Vivienne found herself falling in love at 16. But that ended quickly after the boy got what he wanted. She was grateful to always have her grandfather there to comfort her. But it wasn't long before she met someone else. Within a matter of time, she was soon to be wed to a man named Nathan Truth. With Vivienne reaching a new chapter in her life, Gustav decided he wanted to grow with her. So he went to see an old rival in the neighborhood. He begged Christine to put their differences aside to do him one favor. She agreed and made a potion to turn him human, as long as he promised to never return to her home. Gustav promised to never return, which meant there would be no going back from this. His choice was final. Gustav was finally mortal. He moved in with Vivienne and her fiancé to their new home and gifted his estate to a family friend. There he got to walk Vivienne down the aisle on her wedding day. In 1880, Vivienne and Nathan were married. The two were deeply in love. Gustav was so proud of her growth. Later in 1880, the couple were expecting. Soon Vivienne gave birth to a baby girl named Diana. Gustav adored his great-granddaughter. He always kept her entertained. Vivienne was grateful for his assistance around the house. In 1885, Isaiah joined the picture. Then in 1887, Lucille was born. While 3 kids were a lot to juggle, Vivienne made sure they all felt loved. She knew how important time was and that any moment could be cut short. They spent a lot of time together as a family. Gustav would perform on the piano for them every week. Hearing him play would remind Vivienne of how far they've come and how far they'll be going.